Hello again, everyone. In this technical analysis of the stock market video, I titled it Could Be Trouble because I think we may be running into a little turbulence here. I'm expecting a pullback. The Nasdaq has pushed to a new all-time high this last week, but it could be the way I'm analyzing it, and we'll take a look at the Elliott Wave picture in a minute. It looks like it may be part of a corrective fourth wave in here. And we'll talk about that Elliott Wave picture in a minute. But also, we're going to look at the Shanghai Composite again this week because, yes, it did break down that first day like I was expecting it to, 6 to 10% drop. I think it dropped around 8% that very first Monday. Then we got a bounce back. And we're going to take a look at another indicator related to the Nasdaq and then check in and see what is happening with this virus, with the coronavirus. All right, so let's start off here with the Nasdaq. So the Nasdaq on Friday was down 51.64. You can see just a little bit of consolidation here the last couple of days. Pretty good little pop for the week, but we're getting this divergence that's continuing in here. Okay, so divergence on the RSI. We're getting divergence on the DI plus. Okay, so it's not confirming the move to the upside. And when you look at, let me see if I can pull over the weekly chart easily. We're going to look at the Elliott Wave in a minute. The weekly chart, pretty strong move for the week, up 369.5 points in here for the week on the Nasdaq. So pretty strong move there. There's no doubt. I just think what we're looking at is possible little correction going on here. I'm now labeling this as the fourth minor wave within the third intermediate wave, okay? So what I've done is I've moved away. I believe the strength of this move is looking so much more impulsive that I've moved to my alternate bullish count, okay? Which is an impulsive wave structure rather than an expanding ending diagonal pattern. So if I'm in this impulsive wave structure, here's what I think we've got. I think we've got 1, 2, 3, and that we're within the fourth wave of this third intermediate wave in here. Okay, so I'm expecting a little pullback, then a little more rally, then I'm expecting a little bigger consolidation to go on, and then one final thrust later than the year. Now the timing, all this, all depends on the wave structures that we have short term. Okay, so you can see the divergence I talked about in here. Let's drill down. Let's take a look at the hourly view. So here's the hourly view. When I started looking at the hourly view and even smaller time frames, this is looking more and more like a 3, 3, and now I'm expecting for this C wave to be a 5. Okay, so this is what I'm looking for. So if this is truly playing out, I think we're going to find out pretty quick. We're going to know this coming week. Either this is going to continue to break down like it started to here the last couple of days, or it's going to continue to push to the upside. If we drill down into the 30-minute chart, you could see that the wave structure I've seen in here, you know, of the ABC within the B wave, zigzag, 5 waves, 3 waves, 5 waves, and now I'm looking for this to start working its way to the downside. So that's my expectation. That's what we're looking for. We carve out a pattern that says this is what the waves seem to be telling us. So now we're going to watch to see if this plays out accordingly. Okay, so that's the picture on the Nasdaq. Now, one of the things I'm looking at, just one of the indicators, we look at a lot of indicators. One of the indicators I look at in here is the high-low. I look at it on the New York and I look at it on the Nasdaq. Well, it's really interesting that the 52-week high-low, which nets the highs minus the lows, on back here on January 17th, there was a plus 379. Now here on February 5th, it was only, I'm looking to another window, the close was 149. Okay, so we're getting a pretty big divergence. Well, when was that? So the when you come back, let me zoom in. Let me go back to this view. Let me zoom in. We're talking here the 17th, okay, and then we're talking the 5th. Okay, so this push that happened right in here really isn't being confirmed by the high lows on the Nasdaq. So that's just one underpinning that I look at. I mean, it's just one of many, but it's one that says, you know, maybe this isn't so strong. Maybe there's a lot more weakness in here. Maybe the leadership is really, really narrow. So, you know, again, you've got to rely on price. I need price to start to break down and come down and get below the blue line, the 10-day exponential moving average. All right, let's take a look at and get an update on the Shanghai Composite. Let me go down here. Here's the Shanghai. Okay, so this is a weekly view. Let me go to the Elliott Wave picture. Okay, so this is the weekly view. The last week, the last trading day the previous week was that Thursday the 23rd. Okay, and then we opened down here. Let me go to the daily and you can see what happened. Here's that first day, Monday. And then we got this big turnaround, this engulfing, bullish engulfing candle on Tuesday, and quite a bit of a snapback in here. But I'm just a little skeptical as to how much. I mean, the government dumped a ton of money. They prohibited short selling. They you know, put a lot of things into place to try to control the market. We'll see if that's going to play out or not. You know, I'm expecting this to continue to move down. We broke this trend line. Went below this low here, this August of last year low. You know, we may continue to pull back a little bit more. We'll see what happens here starting tonight. Okay, that's the Shanghai Composite. But the other thing that's going on is in the background, everything related to this virus. Now, here's the latest detail. It just came out at around 4 or 5 o'clock. I think it was about 4:30 Central Time. About every day they give an update around that time. Okay, so this is the latest update. We now have over 40,000 cases and 906 deaths. And again, all but one of these, I think, is in China. But again, it's affecting everything. They've got the Hubei province and then a neighboring province that has 4 major cities that they've got in lockdown. You know, they're all in lockdown. My understanding is we're talking about a population well over 60 million. I heard the Chinese ambassador speaking on PBS the other day, and he said it was a population equivalent to Italy under lockdown in a region the size of South Dakota. And that kind of puts you puts it into perspective, I guess. So we'll see what happens. I don't think they have the curves updated here. They don't have the latest data yet in here, but you can see the impact of back when here was the Chinese New Year. Okay, back here, number of cases 579. Now on February 9th, it's over 40,000. And this first week was the holiday week. The first week was the holiday week. This second week was an extended holiday shutdown period. So now my understanding is they're getting ready to have a lot of these businesses reopen and come back to work under some kind of controlled environment or situation. I have no idea what they're going to do, but things are going to get real interesting here, I think, over the next few weeks. So we'll see what happens here with the Shanghai, and does it ripple over into our markets at all. All right, that's it for this weekend. If you felt like the video was helpful, please give it the thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. And if you'd like to have this kind of information on a regular daily basis, head on over to joehenches.net and check out the website and the membership. Everyone, have a great week. We'll talk to you on the next video.